warm welcome to AD4 TV Radio News Updates, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital territory. I am Gracious Ogun. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday reportedly lamented a worsening security situation in the country, describing it as intolerable. The president, who met with the country's security service chiefs at the State House, expressed anger at their poor performance so far, reprimanding them to redouble efforts to ensure that all security challenges in the country are tackled. He warned them that he would no longer accept further escalations in insecurity and insurgency across the country. The Federal Ministry of Information and Culture in Nigeria is collaborating with its Women Affairs counterpart to launch a national campaign against rape and gender-based violence. This is a response to the incessant protests across the country over the increase in cases of sexual assault. Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, said this on Thursday at a conference organized by the Human Rights Commission. Executive Secretary of the Commission, Tony Ojukwu, appealed to all stakeholders to rise against the emerging crisis, while assuring the minister that the advocacy would be stepped up to drive home the point that victims of gender-based violence have a right to dignity. The Human Rights Commission have commenced a 5-day advocacy tagged Equality and Dignity for Nigerian Women. The Vice-Chancellor, Federal University Wukari, Taraba State, Nigeria, Professor Abubakar Kanduri, paid a courtesy visit to AD4 TV Radio Corporate Headquarters in Abuja this Thursday. The VC, who was accompanied by the Executive Director, Global Partnerships, Morgan State, Professor Hakeem Tijani, was warmly received by the Managing Director and CEO, AD4 TV Radio, Dr. Jacob Alada, and some of his management staff, which include the Group General Manager, Ms. Anams Oluchi, and Executive Director Engineering, Sindua Manga. The Vice-Chancellor, after his tour of the station, expressed satisfaction with the modern and compact digital equipment he saw and hoped that the governmental agency in the country will take advantage of the quality of picture and programs.
I'm really excited this morning and I'm happy with what I'm seeing, and is setting the pace for TV, radio transmission in the country. And I'm sure young institutions like mine that are planning to establish departments of mass communication as it is unbundled, and then coming up with some media channels where we can at least extend communication, we can interact and then give out information, particularly in a fragile environment like Wukari.
Ahead of World Refugee Day on June 20, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees on Thursday released this annual report, which showed that an estimated 11 million people worldwide fled their homes in 2019, forcibly displaced by conflict, violence, persecution, and human rights violence. This is almost double of the total figure over the past decades. Among the overall 79.5 million displaced people globally, 26 million were refugees, 4.2 million asylum seekers, and 45.7 million internally displaced people, those who fled to other parts of their own country. Ugandan High Court on Wednesday ruled that prisoners and citizens in the diaspora should be allowed to participate in elections. A lawyer, Stephen Kalali, who filed a petition 2 years ago, argued that excluding the two groups was a violation of their fundamental human rights. The country's electoral commission had argued that there was no legal framework for voting while in the diaspora and in places of confinement. However, the judge in his ruling said that by excluding these categories of people from voting, the Electoral Commission is acting contrary to the fundamental rights and freedom provided in the Constitution. We'll take a break now. We'll be right back.
Positive for the coronavirus disease? Here is what you can do. Quite frankly, nothing prepares you for the positive diagnosis of the coronavirus disease. It is important to know, however, that this diagnosis is not the end of the world. It is absolutely normal to feel afraid, sad, worried, tense, and confused, but you must come to terms with and accept the reality so that you can do the needful. Following the diagnosis, here are a few things you can do. 1. Remember that you are not alone. There are people who have survived, and you can too. 2. Educate yourself about the virus. It primarily affects the respiratory system. 3. Your body may react with little or no symptoms or with severe reactions. Severity varies per individual. 4. Do not visit any hospital and do not give false details of your symptoms, condition, travel history, or contact with an affected person. 5. Get in touch with the NCDC for guidance on 0800 97 00010. 6. Trust that the relevant authorities such as the NCDC and your state Ministry of Health will provide the best advice and care for you. 7. Be responsible by taking the precautionary measures of self-isolation, social distancing, and admission when offered to you. 8. Do not attempt to leave the isolation centers when treatment is ongoing. 9. Avoid creating panic by listening to or spreading unconfirmed sources of information. 10. Use the period as a time of reflection and communication with loved ones. 11. Remain positive and put plans in place to cater to your absence while at the hospital. Remember, stigma, discrimination, and false information can kill faster than the virus. Be safe, be healthy, be responsible. Prevent the spread.
You're welcome back. You're watching AD4 TV Radio News Updates. As many businesses reopen across Nigeria and citizens adjust to the new reality created by the COVID-19 pandemic, business owners and workers are hopeful the economy picks up quickly, as they have had to grapple with the effects of shorter hours and pay cuts.
Things became slower. The turnover of cash flow was impacted and all of that. But things are getting back to normal.
What the management did was that instead of downsizing, what we did was that, people that are, their earns high, we pay them 50%. The lower one, we give them 70, 80%. We didn't lay anybody off.
Hoteliers are particularly looking forward to the resumption of domestic flights as the aviation sectors prepare to resume operations this weekend.
The hope is when they declare airport open and there is intercity movement, the hope of hoteliers or hospitality industry is that things will improve.
Meanwhile, there are mixed feelings among Nigerians about the economy opening up. Some have expressed reservations about lodging in hotels, while others look forward to traveling once the ban is lifted.
The place I'm going to lodge in, I don't know how safe it is, so for that reason, I'm not going to lodge.
I have so many plans of traveling out. I will take every necessary precautions, wearing a face mask, anything that can prevent me from contacting the virus.
That's it on AD4 TV Radio News Updates, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. You can join the conversation on our website at www.ad4tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at AD4TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at AD4TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Gracious Ogun.